This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks again for joining us. Our guest is Paul Krekorian. Paul is a member of the Los Angeles City Council. Sir, we thank you for joining us on the program.
Good to be with you, Brad. Thank you.
Absolutely. Last year, the City Council was focused like a laser beam on the challenges presented by its sibling, the DWP. The DWP was not acting very familial, one could argue. I'm wondering how things have been since that impasse, because we know the DWP was really causing the city fits and starts.
Well, I think much of the history of the DWP going back for the last century has been one that has created a culture of lack of transparency and power centralized in the utility that's been frustrating for the people of Los Angeles for a very long time. That's why the council put on the ballot, and I was proud to support the Ratepayer Advocate proposal, which the people of Los Angeles approved.
In a big way.
Yeah, and we're now in the process of implementing that in a way that will make sure that we have a watchdog for ratepayers to actually get into the nuts and bolts of how the DWP operates and how it spends its money.
And I want to ask about that, because when you get any initiative passing with 78% of the vote, that means the voters are saying loud and clear, we want this initiative badly. And so what are we going to see with this Ratepayer Advocate? Because what the DWP has done over the last year or so is really put their thumbs in the eyes of ratepayers and really has frustrated Angelenos.
As I said a few months ago when the DWP was holding up the power revenue transfer and putting the city's budget at great risk, there had developed a culture of arrogance in the DWP. I'm hopeful that with the new general manager, Ron Nichols, in place now, that's going to begin to change, and certainly the Ratepayer Advocate will help the department in making that kind of a change.
You talked about their lack of transparency, and one could argue that may be the understatement of the century. I mean, we know that Controller Wendy Gruhl has said that the DWP executives misled the public. I mean, those are fighting words. And I have asked her, I have asked other city council members, why aren't we seeing criminal indictments? I mean, if they are misleading the public, that sounds like they have done something illegal. And I'm wondering, where's the push to get these, at least some type of investigation on the criminal side?
You know, I think I don't want to comment to any criminal liability. I don't have sufficient information. Leave that to the prosecutors. I do know that there has been a wholesale change now in the leadership of the DWP with a new general manager, a new chief operating officer, and so I'm hopeful that there will be a change in the culture, especially with the Ratepayer Advocate and the new scrutiny that we're bringing to the DWP.
And when do we expect to see the new Ratepayer Advocate?
Well, we have to go through the process of creating an implementing ordinance that will define what the powers and authority will be, that will create the budget and so on. The council's in the process of beginning that work now, and I intend to make sure that it is absolutely as robust as it can be, that it is sufficiently funded and sufficiently empowered to really get in and do the work on behalf of the ratepayers, because it is likely that the DWP is going to see rate increases in the future, and the people, I think, are willing to do that as long as they know it's real, as long as they know that that is really justified to provide them with safe, reliable power and water. But the problem is the people don't believe that right
I don't
now.
see that. I mean, I see, it's amazing that one agency, arguably an obscure agency, has managed to so alienate themselves from the general public.
Right. We need to change that. We need to make sure that the people trust the utility that the people own.
Clearly. Okay, his name is Paul Krekorian. He is a member of the Los Angeles City Council. My name is Brad Pomerance. We thank you so much for watching Local Edition. Now we're going to send you back to HLN.